Expecting as he shot up on his knees, and that little fucker made a face at me. With such a glorious, spontaneous face that we both erupted in laughter so loud, it took me a second to notice his mother. Snatch him out of his seat and start verbally lashing him, ending by saying, "You keep making those faces, boy, and they'll get stuck that way." Judging by her face, I would say she should have taken her own advice. With the permanent frown wrinkles and pinched forehead, she made malice look like its own ethnicity. Shooting a gaze at me that made my Mountain Dew go flat. Digging deep into my church-going past, I rehashed my most trusted evasive action. I smile and shrug. But to further intimidate, she called over the buffet authorities to warn me to stop harassing her spawn. And I didn't want to pledge my innocence so much as I wanted to walk over to the bitch, tickle her until she remembered how good it felt to laugh again. But the only thing she seems to take pleasure in these days is watching me get scolded by a man dressed in Han-Fu. So, I returned to my meal. And no sooner did I gag on my flat soft drink than I noticed a child, once again out of his mother's concern, staring at me, and I can see it in his eyes. That he is the product of a woman, so obsessed with correcting the joy out of him that she disciplines herself vicariously. I can see Sundays spent kneeling on popcorn seeds and curiosities, being parent-locked like TV channels, and through it all, a small child, bravely finding things to laugh about in the faces of scoldings, sermons, and metal-faced strangers. So, as he started to grin like a gunman at high noon, I decided if he was willing to defy his keeper for a short escape of her abolitions, I was honored to be his speakeasy. So he erupted in the blazing pig. I countered with a cracked out owl. He fans his hands over his head, pushes up on his eyebrows, and gives me a mediocre poet. Followed closely by an entrapped fish, as his mother snatches him out of his seat, and my pleas for his amnesty are interrupted by Han-Fu asking me to leave. But as I left, me and this child, we shared no shame. Just one more smile and the belief that so long as we keep our joys on display, there'll always be someone around to keep it stuck that way.